compelling, as it were, the relationship is too cordial, all right, you definitely will not have that checks and balances working in the interest of the people. But sometimes when you come out like this, to have their differences, all right, at the end of the day, they want to like tell the people that I can do this for you, I can do that for you, because they have disagreed in their closet. So I was happy to the extent that lets them have express their differences, okay, and let Nigerians see what is good for them so that they can make their choices right at the end of the day. But what I'm not too comfortable with is the fact that over the period, have they really taken the interest of the people into consideration? Was the drama because of the elections just very close by? All right? Were they doing it because they have evaluated the process to realize that they may not break? They don't have my sympathy if they do it for that in that interest. But if they were having the disagreements and moving because of the interest of the Nigerians, of course, they'll have my thumbs up.
Okay. Now, still, politics now. Politics is all about interest, where their interest lies, which I gladly agree with. Now, still on you now, Desmond. Now, looking at the series of drama in the polity now, what does this portend for the RAPC, the APC, and the PDP?
Well, it's becoming clearer, and I know it will be clearer as the day rolls by. All right, the National Assembly, for example, have suspended their sitting until September, towards the end of September, and maybe by the time they come, we may still have some defection, whether for or against APC. Nobody knows yet, but I still expect some movement to happen before the election. At the state level, I also still expect that some governors will also move, like beyond the National Assembly that happened was on Tuesday. The following day or Wednesday, the governor of Benue State also moved from APC to PDP. All right, like my colleagues said, some of them were expected to happen. It was a long time coming. All right, so when it happened, we're not really surprised that it happened. All right, but there are still some that we expect to happen. There's so much about Kwara State. All right, the Senate president is still there. All right, we want to believe that he might still move. All right, the governor of Kwara State is still there. We also expect that he will move. Okay. Also, so much also be said about the governor of Sokoto State. Is he going to move? Is he going to stay back? All right. The All Progressive Congress leadership has been taking steps to ensure that they redeem what is left of their party. Okay. And just yesterday, the president and the party leaders had a meeting with members of the National Assembly to placate most of them that are still within the party and ensure that there was no further drifts or defection to the opposition party. But as it is now, it's becoming clearer. All right, things are shaping up. The permutations we can start analyzing better. That okay, fine. There are 52 members in PDP now in the Senate. There are 50 of the 53. Now you have like 50 in the 49 should be 48 in the APC. So, so if that happens, all right, it leaves you to start saying, okay, fine, how will this also work at the state level? Yeah, but beyond that is who also controls the vote at the grassroots, because it's not enough for the big masquerade to know. Okay, the national chairman of APC did say that some of them do not have the kind of political value that can win them an election, because even the president, as it were, had better votes in their constituencies than them in the previous election. Well, how will all of these things play out? We are waiting to see.
We'll get back to what the party chairman said. Now, to you, Sonny, in your own thoughts, now, what does all this defection and drama in the politics now? What do you think it portends for the RAPC, the PDP, and the APC?
Well, politics in Nigeria is basically driven by pecuniary interests. I have no apology to say that, because I've witnessed some major political developments since June 12, 1993. I've been around. and I've seen what has been happening. The people who are moving, who are there, that is one. In the states where they come from, what contributions did they make to the overall improvements of the living conditions of the people? And to them, what value did they add to Nigerians as a whole? They are part and parcel of this government. Let them list the bills that they brought to the National Assembly with a view to improving the conditions of Nigerians, even marginally from where they met us, because I'm one of them. If that has not been done, and all that these people want to achieve is for themselves and their families, why should I lose sleep if I'm a party, if I'm the one who sponsored them? And let us even look at one other issue. Section 68, 1G of the Nigerian Constitution, as amended 1999 to 2010 and thereabout, has carefully outlined the conditions under which a lawmaker should switch from one party to the other. Let us hope. And one of the major criteria is that that party should be in crisis to the extent that that party can no longer function. Okay. That is emphasized. The Supreme Court ruling has also emphasized that. So let us hope. I'm not a politician, and I don't belong to any party, but I've read the conditions under which a member of the National Assembly should move from should cross carpet. So let us hope that these conditions were met as a party and reformed APC. Is reformed APC known by INEC and the Constitution of Nigeria? It's a question that should be asked. Okay. The crisis, in quotes, if you like, in quotes, the crisis thrown up with the emergence of RAPC and APC, is the crisis, in quotes, legal? Is it legally recognized under the purview of what would qualify members to move? This is another issue that the courts should look at, not me, but it is something to think about, okay. Right? And then PDP, new PDP, RAPC, and all of them, they are the same people, okay? The worrisome thing in all of this is that it is unfortunate for Nigeria to have found itself in this kind of messy political milieu or atmosphere, where in established democracies have you found people vomiting today openly, and tomorrow you swallow the vomit, and you still see people clapping for them? That these are the people, these people are not our political leaders. To me, it's my personal opinion. These people do not have any form of shame, because if they had any iota of shame, they would have gone to bury their heads in shame. How do you hop around as a prostitute? Today, you are in party A, next party B, and when you leave, when the last government was in power, these same people were saying that the government was clueless, doesn't have any. So what have you seen? Just because you need ticket for your selfish political interests, you carry Nigerians. It's just because the system is weak. Politics devoid of ideology is the cause of what we are seeing today.
Yeah, we'll get to the part of ideology now. Let's just move on now to something else. Still with you. Okay, back to you, Desmond. Now, with this defection, now what effect do you think it will have on the 2019 election?
Yeah, like I said earlier, it will be clearer in the days to come.
Okay.
There is no doubt that to some extent, it strengthens the opposition party. If you have more people going there, especially those that you see as political leaders in their own right, even though I have my concern about those people who call political leaders, I have my disagreements with the process with which we recruit our political leaders in this country. It's all about if you have the money, you become a leader, not because you have content or the interests of the nation at heart. If more people move from APC to PDP, for example, and the coalition the PDP is having with other opposition party works out, definitely we cannot deny the fact that it will affect them positively and affect the APC negatively. That is to be expected.
Okay.
But in politics, nothing is settled until it is finally done. Right? The Buhari camp still believe that the popularity of the president, with which he was always raking in about 12 million votes previously before he became the president, is still there for him, for the taking. Alright? And with the power of incumbency and the current rating, believing that he has done well, he has proven himself in their own judgment that he can rake in more this time around. That is to them. Then the opposition is also believing that, okay, fine, Buhari has been tried and tested. Like somebody used the word, he has been disvirgin and has been saying whether he can actually perform or not. That will also be an item on the table when Nigerians are making a decision who to vote for and who not to vote for. But by and large, some of them that are leaving might be leaving with baggages, while some will be leaving with some quality.
Okay.
Alright? If you take example, let's just deal with the issue of Kogi, for example. Alright? We've been having so much issues there. The governor, Yahya Bello versus Dino Melaye. Alright? Dino has left the APC to PDP, according to him, back home to PDP. Alright? If your home was actually good enough, why did you leave in the first place? Alright? Why are you not making us believe that you can always abandon the home and come back to it at your own will? Alright? It brings about some credibility questions. Alright? If we're in the right climb, like Sonny also said, whereby you take into consideration, alright, the integrity of the leaders. I'm not sure some of us will be considering some of these people who are jumping around every day. So, if you take that for example, the case of Kogi, okay, how well is somebody like Dino going to be able to fight his governor? Alright? Other issues will play out there. Has the governor done enough? Is he in control of the voters back home? If he is, that could neutralize the effect of Dino coming back to PDP. But if Dino is carrying more votes, alright, maybe there is sympathy for him and all of that, it could also work in his favor. So there are so many dynamics that need to play out at the end of the day. But there's no denying the fact now that with the movement to the opposition party, their camp is swelling up. But to what extent they are going to be able to manage that at the end of the day for victory is yet to be seen, because there's also what we call destination crisis.
Okay.
Right? As you move away from one party, you're going to meet people who have also established themselves there, all right, expecting that they were going to be given the party ticket to run, all right. You expect that having moved now because you are a current, rather a serving member or a serving governor, all right, you should also have right of first refusal, all right, have a right to the ticket. If you don't get it, there's going to be crisis between you coming in and those that are there. So who is saying that those people you are meeting there now may not also get agreed and leave the party for you and come and join the ruling party? So some of those cross-carpeting we might still see in this talk.
Okay, now while we're still here getting our own reactions, before we go to the streets of Abuja now to hear the reactions of Nigerians, Sonny, now, do you have anything to add to what he has said? Would this defection have any effect on the 2019 election?
Well, the expectation is that yes, the defections would cripple their parent party,
Okay.
the APC. That's the expectation, right? Then on the other side, it's going to brighten the chances of the opposition party to take over power from the APC, which is their goal. Fine. Very good expectations. But let us check. The people who defected on Tuesday, 15 senators, I'm told somebody went back yesterday and said no. So let's say 14. No, they said 2.
No, I know I heard of one.
Okay, so 14
Yes.
senators. And then how many? 34 House of Reps members. Okay. I put out their photographs this morning or yesterday. I forgot to bring them. I should remember all their names. Apart from a state like Kwara, where the Senate president is like an overlord, he has overbearing influence, both the governor and other people. And there is hope, there is expectation that he can win his state and return to the Senate. How many of the other people, how many of them can win election in their states and return to either the Senate or House of Reps? I don't know them. But that is the question that should be uppermost in our minds as we begin to discuss whether there will be an adverse effect or positive effect, adverse effect on APC and positive effect on PDP. I'm not the one to determine, but if you look at the antecedents of these people and the fear that drove them out, can they say that they will get the support of the people with the presence of their governors who have now become their nemesis, political nemesis? Can they, in all honesty, contest election and win and return to the National Assembly in 2019? If I meet them, this is the same question I would put to them. So, to that extent, I leave that question to them.
Okay. Thank you very much for your idea for now. Now, before we continue now, PTV News took to the streets of Abuja to get the reactions of Nigerians in the FCT on the sudden defection and cross-carpeting of our Nigerian lawmakers. Now, let's take a look at the report. To stay.
It's a season of mass cross-carpeting in the Nigerian capital. And just like in 2014, it centered around federal lawmakers. The party mostly affected by this is the ruling All Progressive Congress, whose majority status in the National Assembly is under threat. It may have appeared as a shock to the political class, but for these Nigerians, it's not a new reality.
Anyway, I'm not surprised to see the defections, because in the first place, I know right from time that APC as a political party was built on a falsehood. The foundation of APC was built on falsehood, false promises that none of them was ever fulfilled. So I am not surprised to see this kind of defection. I'm expecting more defections.
Well, it's evolution. You know, it's political evolution. It's necessary for democracy. If there is defection, it's part of democracy. There's nothing strange about it.
I'm not surprised of what's happening now in Nigeria, because it's a matter of time. We know that it's a matter of time. The truth will be revealed concerning what is happening in Nigeria, because so many times in this country, people like to follow crowd. The president we're talking about is not the president we know now. You know, before people like Mr. President because of this type of person he is. But now, what we are seeing in this country is not what we are supposed to be seeing. Masses killing everywhere in Benue State. You know,
maybe less like the former administration. When people talk, he will listen and reverse back. But this time around, this present one, even if you cry, they see what is happening in Nigeria. They still stand on their feet where they stand. So we expect this defection for long now, and we're still expecting more. That's what we want.
These respondents share a similar thought, but they prefer to speak based on their party affiliations.
Those that moved to PDP, I told you, they have nothing to do with the party. It doesn't shake the party, and Baba already told them that he wished them well, and they should vote for whoever they wish to vote. That has nothing. Even before they move, they have problem in their senatorial districts, and that has nothing. They can't get what they want to get because they demanded automatic ticket. That's why, and they can't get. That's why they defected, thinking that can have something to do with the party. It has nothing to do with the party.
You know what happened yesterday is a normal thing in the democracy. People have the right to actually go to any political party of their choice, especially if they feel that maybe the platform in which they were elected does not meet up with the promises. You know, if being there will actually affect their political ambition. You know, you have a freedom to associate. So they were actually in PDP, PDP initially, but they felt PDP then did not meet up with their expectation. So they come to APC, and today they felt maybe APC did not actually meet up with the promises they promised Nigerians. So they have the right, as the representative of the people, they have a right to change to the same PDP they left.
These Nigerians seem unperturbed by the defection trend and are rather looking forward to seeing what the politicians are bringing on the table before.
Well, yeah, welcome back from that. There we got the reaction of the FCT residents on the defection. Now with me, I still have Desmond Utomwe and Sonny Daniels now starting with you, Desmond. I'd love you to react on that, on what the FCT residents had to say.
Well, their positions are just like the common position of all Nigerians, maybe not also sharply different from what we have expressed here in the studio. Nigerians are trying to know, why do they leave?
Okay.
All right? Or why did they leave? Were they leaving because of national interest, or they are leaving because of personal interest? All right? So far, they haven't been able to convince me personally that they left because of national interest. Their defection is all because of their own personal interest. The intention to have looking for the opportunity to crystallize their ambition on the platform of another party. All right. Don't forget that in the opening remark of Sonny, you also made mention of the fact that most of these people decamped from the same PDP. All right, in 2014. All right. This is fair weather politics. They move to a political party they think can give them tickets. All right. Win if possible. All right. When it's no longer going their way, they move to another party. But Nigerians are not craving for that. Nigerians want politicians who are ready to defend the interest of the public at all times. Okay? If you look at, if like some of the lawmakers have come out to say that they're no longer satisfied with the principles, policies, and achievements or promises not fulfilled by this current administration, the question would be, what did you do as an elected official within the last 3 years that you've been there?
Okay.
As a lawmaker, what bill did you present? What motion did you move and was passed that was not implemented in the interest of the public? All right? What views have you canvassed in public interest that was not heeded by the executive? Okay? If, for example, the president hasn't done what he was supposed to do, or the party was not leading them to the direction they wanted to go, why haven't we heard from them all of this time that they are complaining that the party was not doing the right thing, or maybe the president was not even doing the right thing? They haven't been able to establish all of these things. All right? It's only very clear that close to the election, they are looking for opportunity to get a return to the National Assembly. That is what it is to me, fair and square, nothing more.
Simple personal interest. Now, away from all this now, back to you, Sonny, now. With all these defections and search for personal interest of politicians and everything going on currently now, what advantage or disadvantage does it have on our democracy?
Well, one thing that has come out from all of this is that there should be some new additions to the Constitution of Nigeria. Nigerian politics has been left in the hands of people who do not really understand what politics is all about. Politics is about the interests and the welfare of the people. That's why today when you hear of key political leaders and thinkers, they talk about Plato, they talk about the most John Stuart Mill, they talk about John Locke. These are key people who postulated political thoughts geared towards improving the generality of the people in the polity, not people like Immanuel Kant and the other man who postulated the theory of the end justifies the mean. That's Machiavelli. Right. The kind of people we now have in the polity are people who are coming to say that the end justifies the means, and it is wrong. We need people who are coming into politics to galvanize the overall issues and politics that will create social cohesion and improve the well-being of Nigerians. And they are lacking in the polity. What we have are card-carrying, bag-carrying people. Whatever they get, they put inside and lock and take to their families. And that is why we are advocating that Nigerian politics should be based on ideology. You have APC, and it's supposed to be progressive, but most of the people are there like merchants of Venice. All they want is to maximize their interests and go home. Once there is a little threat to the maximization of their interest, they begin to shout. And why do you shout? That your government, the same government that you were elected, you are a key player in the government, maybe number 3 or 4. Your own is to make laws. Let's start from the lawmakers who have begun to defect. You are the person to make laws. If you are number 3, number 4, number 5, or even in the ranking, you are also a strong key stakeholder in the government. What did you do? If you notice that something is wrong, did you raise the flag early enough to say, look, as we have started this government, it does not appear to me that this government will take us to the promised land. It doesn't appear to me that the government will fulfill any of the promises they made to the people. So I'm resigning. When you want to see people who have morals, they will raise their hands that, look, like you see in the US, how many people have resigned so far from Trump administration? So many. They say, look, we cannot take that. That's not what we came for. They raise their hands and they quit. Here, even an armed robber in government does not want to resign. He must take all the profits. And when the ship is sinking, that's the only time they want to go. And this is the time they want to leave. Today is 26th of July. And they have timed it so well that once we leave, we go and do primaries. We get our tickets, then we come back to sink the government. Why do you people have the temerity to swallow the interests of Nigerians and protect only your own? I'm not among those Nigerians who will clap. Ordinarily, moving from one party to the other should be a big story. For instance, if you see now, okay, you see that Marcus Rubio. Rubio is moving from Republican to Democratic Party. Or you see that, okay, Theresa Abe is moving from the Conservative. She's going to Labour. Big news. Then something fundamental has taken place. But here you see politicians. Today, PDP, and PDP is supposed to be what? What is the ideology of PDP? Nobody can say. You come to APC, the ideology is progressive, right? But the actors, the political actors, don't ascribe to anything. All they ascribe to is my belly and my family. This is a politics of disgrace.
Okay, now he spoke about ideology, but now let me come to you, Desmond. Now, let's talk about party ideology now. Party ideology now has been the center stage of defection. Now, as a journalist, in your own thoughts now, how has party ideology affected membership of persons in political parties?
Has there been anything like party ideology in Nigeria? Well, maybe if it was in the very earliest days when you have people like Ahmadu Bello, Tafawa Balewa, Awolowo, and Nnamdi Azikiwe, maybe their generation, we had semblance of ideology, not at the moment. I have not seen anything that looks like party ideology from 1999 that I started following politics, all right, very closely. I have not seen anything that looks like it. As a matter of fact, there is nothing like party ideology. We just have nomenclature, the names. This is PDP, all right? When it was convenient for them, it was AD. Then it became AC. I think it was one time ADC, then AC, ACN, all right? From there, they became APC, okay? If you check the trajectory, nothing was different in the name, all right? Also from APP to ANPP, all right? You have a breakaway, then you now have CPC. They all came together again, the ACN, the CPC, the ANPP, and a faction of the ABGA, all right? Nothing was different. Then it came to 2014, which is the most annoying part of the whole thing to me. 2014, some people moved away massively from PDP that everybody was criticizing, and they emptied themselves into the new mega party called APC. I would not say that the PDP was wrong and the APC was right. I thought it's the human factor that is in the party that matters, and not the name of the party. So if everybody in PDP moved to APC, all right, we should start calling APC PDP, and PDP another name, whatever. So if everybody also moved today from APC to or back to PDP, we should also see them in that light. I don't think we should celebrate any of these people because there is nothing like ideology. They don't subscribe to any ideology, all right? What do you stand for? I still believe that one of the biggest problems we have in this country is the fact that we have not invested so much in building of strong institutions. Until we start looking in that direction, we have not started building this nation.
Okay. Okay, now, before we get to our final question, we have limited time on our hands now. And back to you, Sonny. Now, what kind of ideologies do you think should not be lacking in any political party in Nigeria?
I'm not the one to decide what ideology any party should have. We have passed through a long journey in the political history of Nigeria. But ideology is completely lacking. Whether it is to the left or to the right or centrist ideology, it is left for politicians. It does not really matter what ideology a country adopts or political parties adopt. What matters is good governance, giving hope to the hopeless. And what do people want in politics? A sense of inclusion, a sense of opportunity, as opposed to a sense of alienation, and the winner takes it all that we have been singing since we became men. The winner takes it all. What are they looking for? Once a government takes over, all they want to do is to control NNPC, control the MASA, control Nigerian Post Authority, control FIRS, control the key revenue generation organs of government, and then they smile home. And they make promises. None will be fulfilled. We will repair this road. In Nigeria, why has it become so fashionable that we cannot fix our refineries to give us petrol to drive? For the ordinary citizens to have to move from one place to another. Why is it difficult to clear ports, roads in Lagos so that Nigerians can pass? A port that brings goods, that brings money, and the road is blocked completely for years. There is something wrong. And we must rise up. It's beyond politics. The politics we are talking about is beyond Buhari, is beyond Jonathan, is beyond PDP, is beyond APC. What we are looking for is good governance. And unfortunately, you see people, every day you begin to talk, oh, it's because of PDP left. So when PDP left, what did they leave behind? Suffering. Okay, it's because APC has come. That's why suffering is continuing. If APC leaves today, do they take away the sufferings? The structural defects in Nigeria, they are still there. Very open, staring us in the face. We must bring leaders who will solve the fundamental problems of Nigeria so that transportation will no longer be a problem. If you go to Britain, you move with your Oyster card, you swipe. If you want to enter bus, they stop in front of your house. You swipe and enter. You want to enter train, even if you take your bicycle, you drop at the train station and swipe your card and go to where you are going seamlessly. What is difficult? Nigerian leaders go there, enjoy these services, and come back. You still hear now that some people, because of selfish, narrow interests, are still arguing that Nigeria is not right for electronic voting. Why? But you use ATM, you use GSM that every other country uses, and it's good. When it is time to vote electronically, Nigeria is not right, so that you can rig the election and do vote buying. And then you still carry your father to show that you are the biggest man. Look, these people must stop changing Nigeria. It's the cheating and misgovernance, misrule, using the banner of political parties. Oh, it is because of PDP, it's because of APC, it's because of this. Nigeria should wake up. Okay. The issues we are looking for are beyond these parties. They are fundamental issues that the government should come and address. Whether it is a government to the left, a government to the right, what Nigerians are looking for is good governance.
Okay, now finally, real quick, while we're trying to round up now, what is your opinion or your recommendation, Sonny, on ending defection?
Defections will never end. As long as we have selfish individuals who masquerade or parade themselves as politicians, working for the interests of Nigerians, defections will never end when the laws of the land are not respected. Section 68, 1G. If the court will give effect to that section of the law, defections will stop. And defections will also stop when Nigerian politics is laden on or embedded on ideology as opposed to nothing that we have at the moment.
Okay, how about you? What's your opinion on ending defection?
Yeah, I will just take off from where I stopped the last time. If we must build this country, stop all of these rots, as evident in this defection we just talked about, then we have to start building strong institutions. It's very, very key. The reason you go to America and you say the system is working, you go to the United Kingdom, like Sonny said, and you said the structure is working, all right? In the course of our traveling, we have seen all of these things. It's because they have strong institutions, all right? The system does not look at your face. It looks at the law, all right? And the law is operated based on the rule, what you call rule of law, not rule of interest.
Okay.
All right? So if you build that very strong institution, the lawmaker who is there knows that he cannot violate this. And the enforcement process must also be very, very right. All right? The global community has looked at that direction. That was why in the successor framework to the Millennium Development Goals, they came up with the Sustainable Development Goal. And Goal 16 of that framework talked about peace, justice, and strong institution. If Nigeria can adopt the SDGs as its development plan, it will be a step in the very right direction, because it articulates everything you need to do to give development to your people. Also talks about how you can eradicate poverty, how you can eradicate corruption, how you can build strong institutions to ensure that things are done rightly. Every step you take will outlive the current government. If the government today has taken some very good steps, the next government cannot come and erase all of the progress that have been made. All right, we'll be building on this. All right, we'll give ourselves a timeline that within the next 15 years we are going to be at that level, and with the right structure in place, definitely we'll get there. But when we work by the whims and caprices of some leaders just coming, masquerading as the big men in town, at the end of the day, we won't go anywhere. We need strong institutions and not big men that cannot take the nation to the place of Eldorado.
All right, thank you very much for coming on the show and sharing your ideas with us. We appreciate your presence. Well, that's much we can take here on Inside Story this week. I'm going to see you guys again, same station next week. Goodbye.
Five keys to keeping your child on a healthy weight level. Be a good role model. Children learn by example, and so you must set good examples such as eating at the right time and the right quantity and quality, coupled with good exercise time. Get active. Overweight children do not need more exercise than the slimmer children. Their extra body weight means they will naturally burn more calories for the same activity. Child-sized food portions. Avoid feeding your child oversized portions. A good rule of thumb is to start meals with small servings and let them ask for more if they are still hungry. Eat healthy meals. Children, just like adults, should aim at 5 or more portions of fruits and vegetables every day. It is far better than the sugar-laden snacks we give them. Let them replace their carbonated drinks with water. Fizzy drinks are dangerous to their weights. Sleep. Let the children watch less TV and take in more sleep. Yes, this helps with weight loss management.
Sun and heat, to the beating cold and wind. It's impressive to know that it holds up as well as it does. Through the years, the largest organ in the human body weathers sunburns, acne, stretching, and more without complaints. Your skin performs several critical roles. It keeps your body temperature regulated, protects you from infections and injury, filters impurity for you, as well as retains your body moisture. But those duties exact a price. Loss of elasticity topping the charts. Others are thinning skin, dry and cracked skin, wrinkles, blemishes, and spots are frequently signs of aging skin. Nonetheless, it is possible to desire and actually keep a young and youthful skin much longer than you thought. Simply follow these tips. Wash your body regularly, at least twice a day, morning and night. If you have oily skin, you may need to wash more than twice a day to remove the cream of the day. Never sleep with makeup on. Deep clean all of it, especially eye makeup, as it gradually introduces the unwanted wrinkles and discoloration. Also, insist on the right cleanser for your skin type. The natural cleansers are always the best. Avoid chemical cleansers. They can traumatize your skin. Skip long, hot showers and bath as they can dry out your skin. Use warm water only. Protect your skin from the sun as it aids rapid aging of your skin. Wear protective covers when going out on the sunny day, such as long sleeves, hats, and even sunglasses. Stay hydrated. Drinking water is essentially good for your body, including the skin. Women should aim at 2.2 liters of water, and men 3 liters per day. Avoid alcohol and artificial sweetened drinks. They dry out your skin. Beef up your meals with omega-3 fatty acid meals such as fish, walnuts, and soybeans. Lower stress level. Stress can cause a lot of acne breakouts on your skin, especially your face. Learn to relax your stress level by working on your mind, killing anxiety and depression with therapeutic exercises such as yoga, walks. Your skin pore opens and breathes better when you exercise. A little meditation helps. Sleep. Nothing beats a good sleep as rejuvenating your skin. A minimum of 6 and maximum of 8 hours of sleep aids not just your skin but your body to keep a youthful look.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
On Facebook, like our page and share our posts at People's TV NG. On Twitter, follow us at PTV_NG. Follow us on Instagram at PTVNG. Watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, People's TV. Visit our website, www.ptvng.com. Subscribe now and join the conversation online. People's TV, people's preferred station.
Did you know that PTV remains the best place to showcase those lovely goods and services of yours? Yes, with our visibility in 36 states of Nigeria and over 50 countries of the world, we definitely have the tallest reach. What are you waiting for? Book your adverts now. Call us with the number displayed on your screen.
You're watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you.
For innovative research-based analysis, fresh news and programs, join us on PTV, the People's Oriented Station, transmitting on Star Times Channel 120, showing across 36 states in Nigeria, and Channel 77 on Strong Decoder across 52 countries. Yes, you asked for it. Now you have the best of television. You can also follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. People's Television, powered by you.
Five keys to keeping your child on a healthy weight level. Be a good role model. Children learn by example, and so you must set good examples such as eating at the right time and the right quantity and quality, coupled with good exercise time. Get active. Overweight children do not need more exercise than the slimmer children. Their extra body weight means they will naturally burn more calories for the same activity. Child-sized food portions. Avoid feeding your child oversized portions. A good rule of thumb is to start meals with small servings and let them ask for more if they are still hungry. Eat healthy meals. Children, just like adults, should aim at 5 or more portions of fruits and vegetables every day. It is far better than the sugar-laden snacks we give them. Let them replace their carbonated drinks with water. Fizzy drinks are dangerous to their weights. Sleep. Let the children watch less TV and take in more sleep. Yes, this helps with weight loss management. Children should watch not more than 2 hours of TV a day, including the films from phones. They train better when they sleep well. Besides, insufficient sleep can affect their behavior or mood.
Skin. It's a fact of life. Your skin ages just like the rest of you. It's constantly exposed to the elements of the punishing sun and heat.
Hello and welcome to PTV Today. I am Aisha Jibrin. 8 out of 30 lawmakers in Benue State House of Assembly have served an impeachment notice on Governor Samuel Ortom. The 8 lawmakers have also taken over the premises of the state parliament with the support of the police. Dav Agozua, a spokesman for Ortom, told reporters at 10 a.m. on Monday. Tahav said George Akume, a former governor and an APC senator from Benue State, was the one who brought police officers from Abuja to attempt to use 8 lawmakers to impeach a governor in the House of 30 lawmakers. The crisis comes a few days after Ortom defected from APC to the PDP. It also came days after 23 PDP lawmakers impeached the House Speaker, Dakimbi Inyage, on allegations that he was not carrying other members along in legislative activities. Now joining us from Benue is Raphael Akume, our Benue State correspondent. Hello, Raphael. Hello, Raphael. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, Raphael. What really led to the move to impeach Governor Ortom?
Yes, early hours of today, I had 6 from department of the police from Abuja, as they told us, they see the State House of Assembly blocking the new speaker. And no, the number that they allege that the speaker, the House of Assembly in general are composed, have their total number, they have 30 in number, and the speaker said that to form a quorum for them to sit, that is 10, above 10 members will have to be present. So the speaker came out and told us that at least he was inside the chambers with at least 10 members, more than 10 members, for them to sit and then deliberate on and carry out the decision to impeach the governor, which they did.
And now we understand the impeached former speaker is the one leading the move. How did he gain access to the State Assembly complex?
Seriously, what we don't know is how he was able to get himself and the members he trained into the assembly, because 3 days ago, the chief judge issued a statement. The 22 members went to the High Court and got a judgment that restrained him from parading himself as the speaker and the other members too. So that judgment is the last thing that we heard of. And then today, being Monday, we saw the speaker. We don't know how he got access to the complex, and then how the police came asking, because took over the assembly and blocking the new members, because the court judgment also stopped the police from besieging the assembly. They asked them to vacate the assembly. So we don't know how many speakers got in, and we don't know how many the police got there, and they cover up for them to do what they do.
Thank you so much, Raphael Akume. That's been an insightful one. Thank you. Moving away from that, Governor Tanko Al-Makura of Nasarawa State has announced a major cabinet shake-up in which 9 commissioners and 2 special advisors lost their jobs. The governor made this known in a statement signed by Muhammad Abdullahi, the secretary to the state government, on Sunday. Abdullahi said the cabinet reshuffle took immediate effect. He, however, explained that the decision was to enable the affected persons focus on their political aspirations in the 2019 general elections and for others to pursue their professional career. The statement listed the affected commissioners as Abdulmalid Kwara of Ministry of Environment and Solid Minerals, Gabriel Aka, Ministry of Water Resources and Rural Development, Mary Enwogulu, and Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. Also affected were Bemai Anagba, Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Daniel Iya, Health, Yusuf Shehu Usman of Information, Culture and Tourism, as well as Sonny Agassi of Lands and Fiscal Planning. Others include Mohammed Yahya of Ministry of Works, Housing and Transport, Tanko Zuba of Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives. The statement also said the 6 commanders were retained. It added that Jamil Zakari of Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources was redeployed to the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. The special advisors to the governor affected by the exercise were Hajarat Ibrahim Danyaru on gender relations, rehabilitation and disabilities, and Adu Dauda Mohammed on community-based relations, conflict resolutions and management. A statement further reviewed that the erstwhile special advisors to the governor on security, General Mohammed Adeke, would henceforth handle community-based conflict relations, resolutions and management. And off to Kano State House of Assembly Speaker Abdullahi Yusuf Atta has been impeached. The impeachment took place on Monday morning. The new Speaker, Kabiru Al-Hassan Rufum, has already been sworn in and commenced presiding over plenary. Al-Hassan Kabiru Rufum was the Deputy Speaker. Prior to that, he was the immediate past Speaker that resigned last year over a bribery allegation. He was later exonerated by the committee set up to investigate the allegation. And in Zamfara, the Speaker of Zamfara House of Assembly, Sanusi Rijiki, says that 15 persons have been kidnapped by unknown gunmen on Saturday in Maradun local government area of the state. Rikiji told newsmen in Gusau on Sunday that the security situation in the state called for serious review. He recalled the ugly incidences recorded in the last 2 days in the Zomi local government area, where bandits took over 3 districts comprising over 18 villages and towns
a press statement on Sunday. Shehu said, following President Muhammadu Buhari's directive, the Nigerian Air Force has begun the deployment of fighter aircraft to Katsina, the airport with the closest proximity to Zamfara State, to make for immediate and effective response to the menace of the bandits. This, he said, has not been possible in the past because there's no fuel depot facility in Katsina. The presidential spokesman said NAF had now devised a way around the problem. He added that the president has also authorized the engagement of NAF of advanced satellite surveillance technology to help in accurate detection of movement and locations of the bandits. The government had to go to this extent because of the limitations of conventional surveillance, as the use of satellite technology could make the attacks of NAF less problematic. Shehu recorded that since his election, the president has kept faith with his promises to re-equip and motivate the country's military and other security services. Now, moving away from that, the Nigerian army says it has killed 16 Boko Haram and recovered weapons cache during its clearance operation in Meirari village in Monguno local government area of Borno. Onyema Nwachukwu, Deputy Director Public Relations, Theatre Commander Operation Lafia Dole, disclosed this in a statement released in Maiduguri. Nwachukwu said the troops also recovered 2 gun trucks abandoned by the insurgents during the encounter. The insurgents and 3 vehicles, including gun trucks, had infiltrated and attacked the community when troops at the information were alerted by locals. The troops, supported by air task force, swiftly responded to the attack, killing 16 insurgents and capturing 2 trucks loaded with guns. Abandoned by the insurgents as they tried escaping, having been overwhelmed by the superior firepower from the troops. And in bilateral relations, President Muhammadu Buhari said on Sunday night that he was not bothered about the defections in the ruling All Progressive Congress. The president made his feelings known while responding to a question during an interactive session with Nigerian community in Togo at the Nigerian Embassy, Lomé, Togo. President Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garuba Shehu, revealed this in a statement in Abuja on Monday. He quoted the president as saying that most Nigerians appreciated the performance of his administration. While expressing delight in seeing the Nigerians who had traveled from the 5 regions of Togo to welcome him in Lomé, President Buhari said that he was pleased to hear them commend the performance of his administration. Meanwhile, the no automatic ticket principle of the new APC national chairman is attracting reactions. In spite of the mass defection that hit the party in the last few days, Adams Oshiomhole has ruled out automatic return tickets to APC members in the National Assembly.
These are members of the APC House of Reps caucus in a solidarity visit to the National Working Committee of the party. The visit is coming at the wake of the defection of 37 APC House of Reps members to the opposition PDP. But in spite of this, the party maintains that aspirants must earn their tickets. Reacting to the development, Nigerians believe Oshiomhole is acting as a Democrat.
I dove my heart for Oshiomhole. If anything has happened to APC in recent time, it is the coming of Oshiomhole as the national chairman of APC. Why should there be automatic ticket for any individual? In the past 2-3 years, what has the lawmakers done that make them deserve automatic ticket? These are people that day, night, afternoon, they think about what gets to their pocket. They have looked at Nigeria as a country where they represent themselves. They are not representing we who has taken them there. We saw them as better eyes to go and represent us, but they get there. What have they done for us? I respect Oshiomhole every day for that singular act he has taken.
It's a normal thing to go with the process of having primary election first before anything. It's not normal to give them that direct automatic ticket so that there will be a very concrete and selective election. You understand? Because from the point of view, it's not normal. So many people in the party will feel bad for you to come and give some certain set of people automatic tickets without having a primary election in the house.
But these Abuja residents say the idea is coming at the wrong time.
some days ago, we saw the mass defections of the lawmakers from the ruling party to the opposition parties. And I think what Oshiomhole should be talking about now is, you know, talking to make those who are still have confidence in the ruling party to have confidence in the party than the way he's talking about. For instance, the number of people that defected to that party are people of strong political values. Even though in his last statement some time ago he said they are big masquerade with no political values, but it's not to be talking like that, because in such a way that he's talking is still affecting the other ones who are still behind. So I frankly look at the statement of Oshiomhole at this particular period that it is null and void, and it's not expected of a chairman who is just not up to 2 weeks on the seat.
I believe so much that Oshiomhole is just playing what I name selfish interests. Maybe he's trying to fight for the advantage of the party, in the sense that is what he said concerning there is no automatic ticket to anybody that's coming for a National Assembly or the House of Rep. It simply means that Oshiomhole is not there for, he doesn't have the interest of Nigerians at heart, because I want to emphasize basically on Nigerians, not on the party. You know, while if I should make any statement based on Nigerians, then what I will reflect his saying or whatever he said to Nigeria or what is happening in this country at this time. Oshiomhole is working for the party. It's working for the interests of the party. It's working for the interests of the ruling party, which is the APC, and as well as the interests of the Mr. President.
Ahead of the 2019 general elections, the APC say it remains a party to beat, having 25 governors and still holding majority in the National Assembly. Emmanuel Bagudu, PTV News, Abuja.
Some civil rights activists have called on Nigerians to discountenance the ongoing cross-capiting by politicians and focus on good governance, social justice and accountability. The group made the call in a chat to PTV's correspondent on Friday. According to the group, the defections show that the desperate politicians committed to their pockets and political survival before anything else. Now, moving away from that, Social Democratic Party Congress Committee in Adamawa has commended party member for their maturity and peaceful conduct in the just concluded party congresses in the state. The chairman of the State Congress Committee, Chris Njoku, made the commendation while addressing party supporters shortly after announcing results of the Congress on Sunday in Yola. Njoku said the party members deserve to be commended for the orderly manner they conducted themselves during and after the congresses. He urged the party members to remain united and support the new party executives as the party prepares for the 2019 general elections. The family of the detained former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, has formally dragged the Attorney General of the Federation and Justice Minister Abubakar Malami before the Nigerian Bar Association, praying for an investigation and sanction of the minister for his alleged unprofessional conduct and utter disregard of the rule of law. The family in the petition accused Malami of exhibiting unprofessional conduct likely to cause anarchy in the country through his promotion of disobedience to the lawful order of court by the federal government. In the petition dated July 23, 2008 and received by the NBA the same day, Malami has alleged to have made unsalutary and unprofessional statement to deintegrate the court, violate the Constitution, and to encourage the continued breach of the fundamental human rights of Dasuki, who had been clamped into detention since December 2015. The family also wants Malami to be investigated in the resolve of the federal government not to comply with any order of court admitting former NSA to bail. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, says that Itakpe-Ajaokuta Warri Rail project is about 80% completed and will be ready soon.
Amechi disclosed this during an inspection tour of the Ipake-Abeokuta rail line in Abo. He also stated that the rail line would be completed before the scheduled date, adding that the tracks were ready, only the stations were left to be completed. Amechi stated that the government had no apology when it comes to borrowing to fund infrastructure in Nigeria. The managing director, Nigerian Railway Corporation, Fidet Ohira, said that by September, the train operation would commence to maintain the tracks. According to him, if the government waits for all the 12 train stations to be completed, the tracks will go bad. The Federal Ministry of Health has recalled 2.4 million bottles of cough syrup containing codeine after a recent audit of the substance carried out by National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control. According to a statement by Bode Akinlola, Director Media and Public Relations of the Ministry on Sunday in Abuja, the recall demonstrated the federal government's resolve to stem the abuse of codeine and other substances in Nigeria. Akinola says the minister had recently received the final report on the 22-man stakeholders committee set up by the ministry to address the worrisome menace of codeine abuse in Nigeria. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria recorded 7 flights involving 3,210 Nigerian pilgrims to Saudi Arabia at a Friday for this year's Hajj. According to flight records made available to newsmen on Saturday in Medina, NACOM said the latest flights transported the second batch of 503 pilgrims from Kano and 227 FCT pilgrims to Medina. Unlike previous flights by Max Air Limited, the FCT pilgrims were flown into the Holy Land by Flynas Airline. Pilgrims from Kogi, Nasarawa, Kaduna and Kwara were already on ground in Medina before the latest arrivals have been moved to Makkah. They had spent 8 days in Medina before moving to Makkah for the Hajj rites. Nigerians appear not to be satisfied at the moment with the Naira. This is due to what they label as the alarming rate of dirty and mutilated notes in circulation. Some Abuja residents describe the situation as an embarrassment. You're on to PTV Today. Foreign news after this timeout. Thanks for staying. Starting of our foreign in, long queues have formed at polling stations in Zimbabwe in the first general election since long-serving ruler Robert Mugabe was ousted. Foreign observers have hailed the election as an opportunity for Zimbabwe to break out with its repressive past. The presidential election is expected to be a tight contest between the incumbent Emerson Mnangagwa and his main rival Nelson Chamisa. Parliamentary and local elections are also taking place on Monday. Polls give Mnangagwa, who heads the ruling ZANU-PF party, a narrow lead over Chamisa, who leads the MDC alliance. Both leaders are running for the presidency for the first time. On Sunday, Mugabe, who first came to power after independence in 1980, said he would not vote for his successor. Still in Zimbabwe, meanwhile, President Emmerson Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe has casted his ballot this morning in the first post-Mugabe election in Kwekwe in his home province of Midlands. His main rival, Nelson Chamisa of the opposition MDC Alliance, also cast his vote in the capital, Harare. Mnangagwa told newsmen soon after casting his vote that Zimbabwe was enjoying an unprecedented democratic space. And in Egypt, an Egyptian court has sentenced 75 people to death for their role in the violence that erupted after President Mohamed Morsi's removal in 2013. The group, the banned Muslim Brotherhood, are part of a mass trial of more than 700 people. Rights group Amnesty International has called the trial grossly unfair and a violation of Egypt's constitution. Their cases will now be referred to the Grand Mufti, who must be consulted whenever the death sentence is applied. But while Egyptian law requires the opinion of the Grand Mufti, the country's highest Islamic legal authority says it is not binding, although it is rarely ignored. And in Nicaragua, authorities in Nicaragua on Monday sacked 40 doctors for tending to those injured in recent protests. The health ministry fired some 40 doctors and nurses at a hospital in Junutepe in southern Nicaragua for political reasons and refused to pay them for July. It said that there were reports of similar sacks in the country's south. A pediatrician told the online newspaper that she was not ruling out the possibility of having been sacked for political reasons after she issued a statement sympathetic to those protesting against Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega. And going off to Nepal, police in Nepal have arrested 5 men in connection with a kidney smuggling racket alleging luring poor people to hospitals in India to have their kidneys removed and sold. Among the 5 men who were in their late 20s and early 40s, 3 were arrested in Chindwan district in south and central Nepal and 1 each of the capital Kathmandu and neighboring Ruswawa district. The suspects were fined 50,000 Nepali rupees to 100,000 Nepali rupees for finding donors who were lured into smuggling with false promises. If convicted, the 5 each face a jail sentence of up to 10 years and a fine of 200 Nepali rupees. And the United States officials have warned that California's deadliest current wildfire is getting larger. Officials say that despite thousands of firefighters battling it, erratic winds and dry conditions have caused the fire to grow early on Sunday, firefighters said. It is one of 8 major wildfires currently burning in the state. The fire in the Sasha County in Northern California has killed 6 people so far, including 2 children and a great-grandmother. And finally on the news this hour, on England, safety measures will be in place to protect mourners later at the Selby funeral of Don Sturgis, who died from the exposure to the nerve agent Novichok. The Reverend Philip Bomley, who will be officiated, said the funeral the directors took advice from the England Public Health. Bromley said there would be no pallbearers and the coffin will be in situ before mourners arrive. There will be no comment on the private cremation, but it reiterated its advice that the risk to the public was low. Stark at 44 died in 8 July after she and her partner Charlie Rowley
My name is Femi Anikulapo Kuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
On Facebook, like our page and share our posts at People's TV NG. On Twitter, follow us at PTV_NG. Follow us on Instagram at PTVNG. Watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, People's TV. Visit our website, www.ptvng.com. Subscribe now and join the conversation online. People's TV, people's preferred station.
Do you know that PTV remains the best place to showcase those lovely goods and services of yours? Yes, with our visibility in 36 states of Nigeria and over 50 countries of the world, we definitely have the tallest reach. What are you waiting for? Book your adverts now. Call us with the number displayed on your screen.
You're watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you.
For innovative research-based analysis, fresh news and programs, join us on PTV, the People's Oriented Station, transmitting on Star Times Channel 120, showing across 36 states in Nigeria, and Channel 77 on Strong Decoder across 52 countries. Yes, you asked for it. Now you have the best of television. You can also follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. People's Television, powered by you.
You're watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you.
Action.